Hello, everybody. It's the interview queen, Alicia Atout here, and I am beyond excited to be catching up with Nyla Rose. Hello.
What's up? I'm coming to
How
you
are you?
live. Well, I don't know, it's recorded, but from the backstage area. I don't know how much of that you can see.
It must feel pretty crazy now being on this, touring family you have, going from city to city every week. Has it taken a little bit of getting used to, or do you just have it down by now?
Um, I don't like somewhere in the middle. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. Like I love to travel. Doing being a weekend warrior on the indies. On the grind every weekend. You get used to it pretty quick. So there was really no downtime between that and then coming over to AEW. It's just now there's a little bit less travel. Even though we do it once a week, but I'm no longer running out Friday looking for a show, Saturday, Sunday. It's pretty good. It's nice.
I can imagine it being a lot more relaxing. You know exactly where you got to be. You check in, you check out, and you actually have a little bit of downtime, which is really, really rare when you're a wrestler.
And I don't have to drive. That's the most important part.
Is that something you can't stand?
I do like to drive, but sometimes, every once in a while, those 16-hour drives, those 8-hour drives, they get to you a little bit.
Yeah, I bet. Well, a massive congratulations is in order. You're officially the AEW Women's World Champion. That
I,
must feel,
I hold it up, but it's still in my bag. It's
I bet.
imagine it here.
I can imagine. It's a good look. What was running through your mind the moment that was either bestowed? Hello.
We got crashed. We got crashed.
We get crashed. Hi, I miss you.
How are
Don't
you?
interrupt her when she's asking questions. He's interviewing.
Sorry, Ken.
Ooh, stepping in. How dare she? No, but I mean, what was kind of running through your mind the moment that was bestowed upon you, and you're like, "Holy shnikes! Like they're giving me this opportunity. This is huge."
Honestly, it was holy shnikes. Like I do say that. That's
Yeah.
like 100% a shoot. Like that's exactly what I thought. Didn't see it coming for a while, but it's an honor. Obviously, I'm representing the company. So quite frankly, it hasn't fully sunk in yet. Like every day, something new is happening, and I'm just trying to live each moment and roll with the punches, as they say.
Right. I mean, one of the things that actually comes with being a champion, and we are kind of talking about traveling, but it is having the championship title with you. And that thing, I'm assuming, is fairly heavy. So when you're traveling, is that kind of thrown things off a little bit for you? I imagine TSA is totally different.
Yeah, it definitely has thrown things off a bit. Not much, but a bit. The bag's a little bit heavier. I got to keep that thing on me at all times. Um, uh, TSA usually flags it because the plates are so thick. So there's this awkward moment of, humble brag when they pull you aside. They have to
I'm a
pull it
champ,
out.
no
Like,
big.
yeah, like you don't have to display it. And then the guy wants to like flip it over his arm, and it's like, can we just like calm down a little bit? But yeah, it's yeah.
Well, one of the things that really happens when you're in the spotlight, when you're on TV, is you get all of these incredible fans. And at the same time, you have a lot of doubters, you have a lot of haters, and the trolls you have to deal with. And it really pisses me off, to be blunt, that we deal with it so much to the extent we do, and especially you. And you have an amazing way of getting these comments and at the same time just tearing them down. So do you find you've found a really good way of dealing with it? Does it still get to you some days?
Yeah, to say it like totally unfazes me would be completely unrealistic. Um, the best thing is to try to keep a clear head, not let them take up space in your head. Realize, where they're coming from, and just kind of address that, and not so much the direct comment itself. Um, just trying to stay positive and stay focused, because at the end of the day, they're going to say what they want to say. They have, their minds made up, but they don't pay my bills.
Right.
So,
It's interesting too, because when you do reply to some of them, you have such quick wit, and it's like you don't even sit on some of them. Like, I'll see they tweeted it 5 minutes ago and you're on it like 2 minutes later. So have you always been super quick witted? Because I feel like you'd be really good at even like roast battles and stuff. Like you give it to them when they deserve it.
thank you. I do have to dial it back a bit because of this new platform I'm on, and I have like
Right.
no chill. I have no chill whatsoever. Like cero mierdo, like cero frijo. I don't know what the word chill is, but like none of that exists. So I always go for the kill shot, and I don't even mean to. So sometimes it's a little too much, but Yeah, I gotta dial it back. But yeah, I've always been. My mom always says, "Why are you such a smart ass?" And I was like, "Why are you such a dumb ass?" And then I get an ass whooping. So I think it's always been there. Improv definitely helped with that.
And it's great because it's not just something you can use online. Obviously, that comes hand in hand with the job that you do. So
Oh,
I mean,
for sure.
it's good. It's definitely good to have it in your pocket.
For sure, for sure. Like I will say this in every interview to the end of time. If you are an aspiring pro wrestler, if you're an established pro wrestler, I implore you take an improv class. It is invaluable to your craft.
Something that I found kind of interesting is a lot of people take their Twitter bios super seriously and they want to make sure they have everything in there that people really need to know about them. And you decided to put in there you're a self-coined fireball drinker. So is this something you go out of your way to actually have, or like why were you like, yeah, let's just throw that in there?
Because Fireball is delicious.
I wish I agreed.
You can't. Now we're gonna have to do a follow-up interview where you interview as we
We
drink
do this
Fireball.
together.
That's
Yeah.
right. We do Fireball shots.
Is that something like you were like, you know what, this is like a quirky little detail about myself, let's throw it in there, and who knows, maybe fans after shows will give me some free fireball shots.
Full disclosure, absolutely, that is 100%. The good friends at Fireball, they were super, super kind to me. Excuse me. They saw in a tweet that I do enjoy their product, and they decided to slide me some product. So I figured, well, hey, they were good enough to me and return the favor and let the world know that the Fireball. I'm friends with the dragon. It has a home here.
That's amazing. I think that's one of my favorite things about when you gain your fan base, when you actually grow as this public figure, it's that you get to partner with so many cool brands. So that's amazing that you got to do that. Like, that's sick.
Oh yeah, like I usually partner with Fireball on the weekends, but like this is a different partnership and it's super awesome.
Definitely. Well, there's the tweet that I want to bring up because you confuse a lot of people with it, including myself. And that was a Chicago deep dish topped with a New York thin crust. Why? Where did that come from? I got to understand. I love pizza. I love it.
Just imagine, right? Imagine if you could top a pizza with a pizza. Like if you could get a whole pizza as a topping, right? Okay, so
Okay.
that was kind of the birth of this tweet. But then I'm thinking like the most iconic pizzas out there, Chicago deep dish, New York thin crust. So I'm not gonna have a regular pizza. We need something that stands out, that complements the deep dish. Well, a thin crust would do that. Plus it's thin, so it's kind of like a lid, right? So
Right.
put the thin crust pizza on the deep dish. Now it's like pizza Inception.
Ooh. I mean, I'd eat it. I'm not going to lie. I love pizza.
See?
That should
I'm
be
on
like,
something.
that should be an AEW challenge. You guys all find some way to combine the two and see who can put it down. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time. I know that today is a taping. You guys are going to be super busy. So just thank you for hanging out. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, no worries. I really appreciate it. It got me out of doing some training so I can like rest up a little bit.
Your secret's safe with me and the thousands of people watching. You got it.
Thanks.
No, but thank you so much and have a good one.
You too.